All right, another warm day out there despite some cloud cover. 72 degrees our high temperature, and this run of very mild autumn weather continues for us. 61 the average high temperature for this time of year, 78 the record high, and 10 degrees the record low set on this day back in 1971. Still no precipitation, and it's been a couple months around here since we've had any real soaking type of rain. Here's a look at temperatures across the state. Most places nudging down just a degree or two from where we've been the last few days. It was 82 in Payson today, 83 in Winslow, Hopi 80 degrees, 96 in Phoenix, and 80 for you down in Prescott Valley today. That's the airport temperature. Okay, little weak storm system coming through. We haven't seen a storm around here in quite some time. Really, a slow start to our fall storm pattern here, and it just kind of compounds things when the monsoon kind of had an early fizzle, and now we're having a late start to seeing any type of fall moisture. So this extended dry period really going on for us. Here we are in Flagstaff, Phoenix, the whole state of Arizona, this very weak storm system. Why do I call it weak versus a real storm system? Well, there's nothing really dynamic about this storm. There's nothing to lift the air. There's just some moisture, a very light rotation in the upper levels of the atmosphere, no jet stream, so nothing to really force out any type of precipitation, and that's what we're seeing with this storm. We've been talking about it all week because it's been off Southern California, very poorly organized here as it moves across the state. So notice the cloud cover that's been coming in the last few hours. See that, and that's going to continue for us throughout the evening. And notice this little area of green, a little bit of light rain showers showing up on the radar, although nothing really reaching the ground because the lower levels of the atmosphere are very dry. Our dew points in the teens, or relative humidities in the 20% range. So when it's trying to rain, even just that little bit, most of it evaporating on the way down. We kind of move it over to the regional radar. Now all we're looking at is where the rain is, and any of this blue is just straight up clutter. None of this is rain. What we're looking for is some of this green area, and this little band that's kind of marching across Yavapai and western Coconino County right now. That's going to be our best chance of a little sprinkle out there as it makes its way towards Flagstaff in the next hour or two. Maybe some very, very light rain showers. This storm system, and I shouldn't even call it that, this little weak disturbance slowly moves through the day tomorrow. Isolated showers around, again, very light, and I think most of that will be off in eastern Arizona. Just partly cloudy skies and temperatures just down a degree or two. Okay, current look. This was the Grand Canyon webcam. Kind of a decent looking little shot there. I know it's awfully dark. Temperature up at the canyon right now, 66 degrees, partly cloudy skies, pretty light wind, and that relative humidity, as I mentioned, pretty low at 22%. Okay, let's talk about what's happening beyond tomorrow. Tomorrow, still mild temperatures as this little thing scoots through. Notice this kind of big fall storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest. Then it's going to take a dive down the spine of the Rockies. And we have a little cold front that starts to brush Arizona on Friday. A very windy day. Temperature still mild behind it as we get into the weekend. Way less windy, but a big cool down, at least to start on Saturday. And then late in the weekend, high pressure builds right back in, and we're right back into a big warm up. Okay, for us overnight tonight, maybe a sprinkle for us here with an overnight low of 40 degrees. A little bit more mild with the cloud cover. Then the temperatures the last few mornings and for tomorrow, just nudging temperatures down a couple degrees, 68 degrees, partly cloudy, and we'll call it just a little less warm. Okay, here's a look at the numbers out there. 82 in Sedona tomorrow, 78 Prescott, 78 Payson, 80 in Winslow, Tuba City, 76, and don't expect anything in the way of wetting rain, possibly a light sprinkle out there tomorrow. Okay, so there's that windy Friday, little less warm, cold front sweeps through Saturday, quite a bit cooler temperatures coming back down to earth, but it looks like as we get beyond Saturday, a very large area of high pressure builds in, and we're right back into some warm weather by late weekend and early next week.
Well, are you excited now that we have a little bit of weather going
This doesn't excite me now.
No? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
But, the weather's been plenty nice. It's exciting enough to just be able to get out there.
Absolutely.